It is off with Team Ireland taking.
That's me. My head looks very square in that photo. I think I was just standing at a weird angle. I look way taller than I actually am. I think it's like I'm like supposed to be in between Flex and Conlox, but I think I'm standing like a little bit too far forward. But how come they got to like put their arms around each other and shit? And there's literally only like 6 of them. Yeah, Pure looks like he got lost. Oh yeah. Yeah, but like I look almost the same height as Buckle in this photo, but I'm not. We could have done that too. We just decided on the. Yeah, okay, that's fair. They look way happier than we do. We look like serious, but anyway, Wheat looks really tall in this. He looks like. Yeah, he also looks as tall as Buckle. It's deceiving. Why don't I have streamer mode on? What the fuck? Oh, I need to change my rocking the shorts. Yeah, the shorts are pog, dude. It was so hot. I can't like literally. I'm the only one in this photo wearing shorts. It was so like it wasn't really hot, but how does nobody else wear shorts? This was like the first day too. Towards the end, everybody was wearing shorts, but in the beginning, like kings of the tracksuit pants over here. Like what the fuck? Anyway.
On Iceland.
And here in Iceland and Ireland, as you can hear, Mitch there in the back. And Iceland, they're going to be in Iceland. Rolling it here to our first fight. It's going to be Busan.
Wait, were we told to wear black trousers? Oh shit. I kind of didn't pay attention to that. My bad. Do it with Numi? Really? Oh, and you lost every game. Yeah. Did he play Ana? That's probably why. You should ask him to play Moira. Yo, what's up, Chops? Yo, Chops, you were like popping off in that video, by the way. You got more video time than like anybody else, I'm pretty sure. They were mega outplayed when we didn't play Bastion. Yeah, okay. Can we just appreciate for a second? Like, I tried to break it down in the living room the night before, and I was like, this is why we're going to run it. But I don't think anybody was listening, or like anybody, like, people like didn't understand. It's okay. I'm pulling up the epic pen for this, right? Okay. So for people who don't know, we scrimmed Iceland like I don't know, 5 times, maybe more, and every time on this map we ran like this Bastion strat, and that's like a yeah, they got played so hard and we still fucking lost, but whatever. We'll get to that in a sec. So every time we would run this Bastion strat and we would go Bastion Symmetra and we would like ping pong across the high grounds. And basically we knew that they knew that we were going to run Bastion. And I also knew that they knew that we knew that they knew that we were going to run Bastion, if that makes sense. So there's like a couple of things that can happen, right? So hold on. This is like, I'm trying to like figure out the best way to draw this. Okay, so let's just say, oh shit, this is thick. This pen is thick. Holy shit. Tone that down a little bit. Okay, so this is us. And this is Iceland, right? Because there's like a bunch of different options that we can run. Okay, and then this is, okay, we're just gonna say there's, oh no, there's like 3 options actually, technically, but for the purpose of this, I think we're just gonna like put it down to like 2 options, right? So you can say, hold on, let's go with like meta and then Bastion, but I don't know if this is gonna work actually, because okay, in my head we can run the Bastion comp, right? And the odds are they know exactly what we're gonna run, so that they're gonna come out with a counter. Yo, Chops, thank you for following. If they come out with the counter, and we come out on Bastion, which they did, by the way. This is a hard counter to the Bastion comp, especially the way they play it. They send a half equal coast, and then they send our Hanzo left side. The idea is you just take multiple angles, you force the Sigma shield away from the Bastion, break the Orisa shield, kill the Bastion. There's no corners for lamps either, so like the only way we could have reacted to this is if we dropped to the point and used like one of the pillars to hide lamp or some shit, but it was just never gonna work. Like not with a Symmetra, you just lose. So this comp is aimed at hard countering the Bastion, right? So we figured they would run something like this, and the meta hard counters. Yeah, I'm not gonna use this grid. This is stupid. This is like a game theory grid, by the way. I forget what it's called. There's some like phrase for it. I remember like doing some shit about it, but it's easy enough if you just like use your brain, right? Just use like common sense. He already made 3 lanes. Yeah, whatever. 3 lanes. Shit, I'm just erasing this shit. Hold on. Get off my screen. Okay. So they're running. Let's call this a spam comp. Spam beats Bastion. Our Bastion technically beat the meta if we played it well and if the enemy team didn't know what they were doing. But if the enemy team did know what they were doing, which Iceland did, so like even if Iceland came out on Doom Reaper here and they studied us, they would still know how to beat the Bastion comp, because like the Bastion comp isn't great. It's basically just like a surprise them comp, and if they know what they're doing and if they can play split really well and cycle their cooldowns, they should still maybe be able to beat us. Or they could just like go back into spawn and grab a Mei and an Ana, and then they could just like beat us anyway. So like you can put like a question mark here. Does the Bastion really beat the meta, or does the meta beat the Bastion? You know, it's kind of hard to say. So we have options. Either we come out on meta comp, or we come out on Bastion comp and they come out on meta. But then even if they do come out on meta and we're like, oh good, they came out on Doom Reaper, we still probably lose because they studied us. And then if they come out on Farah Hanzo and we come out on our Bastion comp, we definitely lose. Like, we're fucked. So I can't believe they actually believed that we would go out on our Bastion comp, knowing both of us. Like, it's not like, it's just like, where's the common sense? Like, we scrimmed like 5 times. We know. Hey, Buckle followed. Bog, nice, thank you. We know that they know that we have a Bastion strat, and they should know that we know that they know. That sounds stupid, but it makes sense in my head, I swear. So they should have known that we weren't going to run the Bastion strat, but they should have studied for it anyway. So if I was Iceland, I would have said, we come out Doom Reaper. If they're on Bastion, we go back to spawn, we grab a Mei, or we just grab this Farah Hanzo. It doesn't matter. And instead, they come out on this stupid Farah Hanzo comp, and then we just roll them for like the first half of the map because they're on this stupid comp. And this comp isn't even that bad. Like, it can counter the Doom Reaper, but you have to play a like particular play style, and it doesn't suit this map geometry and everything like that. So it's and you either need a Zen instead of the Ana, or you need a Roadhog instead of Sigma. Those are the 2 variations that we saw in World Cup. But anyway.
Gonna be happy now on the DPS, not on that Diva that we've seen him on in the past, on Farah.
Fucking half equal on DPS. He actually popped off, by the way. Like, he kind of fucking fragged, especially on McCree. Look at him, like he's looking for a boop. They Sonic'd it, like you see the Sonic arrow just go down right here, like, and here's us, like, no mega lol, just fucking speeding in. We're about to catch the Hanzo, I think. I'm pretty sure Liam is like, he claims that this is the first frag of the Overwatch World Cup, and it's Liam gets it.
And you know, he is the
and they're like, oh fuck, we've been played.
In Iceland, that's courtesy of Sideshow.
And they're like, run. This fire gets no value. Liam pulls, and I think we rocked him. I'm not sure, but we killed him.
Go in on it, and Sindri gonna fall immediately. Team Ireland.
And they're like, shit, we need to switch.
Here, the Overwatch World Cup, and a good start for the underdogs.
Ireland playing that very meta comp that we've been seeing a lot. The Doom Reaper just taking so much space here. Iceland, their front line just getting run over. Happy, he was trying to look for that.
We giga brained him, and like, this should be enough for, like, first point is so important for King of the Hill maps. Like, and you can see we get like 60, 70. I think we get like 72 or something like that.
And they have no front pressure.
It's not really our hold that kind of threw. It was our retake, but we'll get to that.
They have nothing to stop that aggression.
and it's a little bit unexpected. We know that these teams scrimmed each other a whole lot.
Yeah,
Winning
thank
each
you for. I couldn't hear the casters. That's another issue, by the way. But I guess I'll talk about like what happened in between maps after this. But like, it was fucking. There was 4 big ass screens, huge screens, like for all of the people in the. Okay, so I didn't have my own computer, which was stupid. I had to put earphones in. Do you remember that? Just to hear the casters. Never mind hear my own fucking teammates. Like that shit was so stupid. But whatever. So like Arrow, the USA coach, was like complaining about that also. But there was no like coach's computer. Well, there was, but it was literally next to the players. So during the match, I had to get up and leave my computer with my headset and my keyboard. So I couldn't hear any of the comms that were going on because the room was so loud. Even if I like went up like close to where they were playing and listened, I just couldn't hear anything. That was another thing. Is like we were the quietest country by far. Like every other country was just screaming. Well, not every other country. Like Iceland wasn't screaming, but like there was a lot of screaming people in that room. I literally couldn't hear a word from any of our teammates. But anyway, um, and then like there was I asked the guy who was like our team like manager or whatever. First map we were allowed. Yeah, I don't know. Like I still couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear shit, but I couldn't hear I asked the manager, like I pulled up the stream on my phone and put earphones in so that I could fucking hear the in-game audio. Actually disappointed. I would expected the opposite. I mean, yeah, I guess it's just not really like it's not really an Irish thing to yell. I guess we're just kind of quiet in general as a country, which is something I think we could improve on. Like I think it goes with the LAN experience too. Like people need to learn that they have to be louder in LAN. Like you should just like ramp up the sensitivity of your like mic so that it just picks up nothing except for yourself yelling. And then everybody else, it's just like the way you just got to get used to it, I think. And that's like a part of the experience. But anyway, yeah, so I asked the manager then, I was like how long is the delay? He was like, oh, it should only be like a couple seconds because it's like it was on the contender stream, so it's not like a 3-minute delay when someone's like streaming their point of view or whatever. You don't need that. So I was like, okay, cool. So like this is just happening, but no, it was like it was a solid 3-minute delay. Like I don't think it might not have been exactly 3 minutes, but the guy would come in. He was like, oh, the game's over, and I'm there watching like first round or whatever. It was pretty stupid. So I never got to see like the final like 4 minutes of most maps. And Hollywood, that was basically our entire attack because we got full health, and I just didn't get to see it. I just didn't get to see any of the attack. He came in and he was like, oh, it's over. Next map starting soon. I was like, wait, what? He was like, it's over. I was like, did we get full health? And he was like, yeah. He looked so awkward. He just looked at me and he was like, yeah. And I was like, fuck. And I just got up and I went in, and it was like I couldn't hear anything, so all I could go off of was like what I was seeing in the game, which fucking sucks. Like usually I can hear the comms of the players, so like I know if somebody's like over communicating or under communicating, because that happens a lot in tournaments as people don't communicate like they normally do in scrims, which is a problem. Like you should communicate like you do in scrims, otherwise you're going to throw your teammates off. And I couldn't tell if that was happening. I couldn't tell if people were quiet or if people were like yelling too much or whatever. And like the look on your faces, like every time I came in after the loss, was just like you guys were just shell shocked. And I only had about like 30 seconds in between maps to like try to fix that, and I didn't know what to expect going in. So it was just like it was kind of fucked up. I wish you could call for like longer breaks. I would have liked. Because one, I feel like when they had to switch out their PCs for the really long break, that like fucked up our momentum. But also, I wish we could have called a break just to like collect ourselves a little bit. Because I feel like some players more than others were a little bit shaken going into the last 2 maps after the first map. I think the first map we were really good up until the very end. Then after the comms were dead, and I had to pick up a lot of slack. Yeah, you were saying that. That's really unfortunate. People like, and again, that's just part of the LAN experience, I guess. Like people were just nervous and they either tilted or. Yo, Alex, what's up, dude? Thanks for following. Yeah. I don't want to like pick out players. Pure is only just now following. What the fuck, Adam? And maybe like because you were the oldest player or something. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't get to you as much as some of the others. Yeah, it's up here. I was kidding, by the way. Anyway,
This event, but
that was it. Like we boomed. Like right. Like this is so good. Like I'm so like. If this were to happen again and we get this right like this is the most perfect start for the situation that we were put in that we can ask for, because one, they expected a strategy and they tried to counterpick and we just totally threw them off guard. So in their heads now, they're down first fight, which is massive for like confidence boost, and all of the study that they put in for like the last week is rattled in their brain. You can tell they're just thinking like, okay, we study for the Bastion, they're not running it, they're running like meta. So for the next round, especially downtown where we used to run the Sombra, they're like, okay, they used to run Sombra here, that's what we prepared for, but they might not run it, and we didn't. So I'm glad it was this one or downtown would have been the better maps. Because we definitely like boomed, or we definitely could have like rattled them here. If we had won this round, the whole match could have been could have gone a different way. Everyone was so loud, it was hard to get a comment. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. Like, it shouldn't be like that. But
a
whatever.
lot of people thought
Let's keep going.
that Iceland would be the stronger team, and they still very well may be. But Ireland taking the first fight is a really good sign.
And now Ireland can hold aggressively. See Happy Cool is going to swap back to that.
Yeah, I was supposed to. Andy wanted me to meet with ZP and Avast like the night before. How many teams were in the same room? Like literally everyone. There was no team not in the room. 6 teams playing at the same time. Literally back to back. Like the desks were basically pressed up against each other. Hey, what's up, Russell? How you doing? Long time no speak. Yeah, and then not only like were there 6 teams playing at the same time, all the big screens were there, but they were off. And then like Andy had his laptop, which was fucking low on battery. Yo, what's up, Brock's Gym? Thanks for following. And so I had my phone and I had put my earphones in to try to just like shut everybody else out. But then like Team USA just came in and they just sat at the table next to us and they were like looking over our shoulders, like watching our games. So that was a little bit distracting. And then Team Canada was right there. And there was just like a bunch of people like talking and shaking hands and like asking Team USA for pictures like right next to me. And then Team South Korea fucking came in, and there was like the 3 biggest teams just like literally they were just like round tables, and I was sitting at one, and then like to my left, in front of me, and to my right are like the 3 biggest teams. No noise cancelling headphones. By the way, which is another ridiculous thing, because when Overwatch 2 got announced and anyone could play, 1,000 PCs in the room downstairs to play Overwatch 2, and they all had noise cancelling headphones, and we had to bring our own headphones. We didn't get anything. We got no headphones, no mics. Like, okay, the PCs were insane, to be fair. Like some like fucking Omen HPs. 240 hertz monitors, 300 FPS, like maxed out on all graphics. But the desks were just fucked. Iceland got 3 headsets. What? That's bullshit. We should complain. We should form a protest and get the whole World Cup replayed. Everything could have been different. Like, there was literally a hole in FlexG's desk. Like, okay, not literally, but where his mouse pad was, or was it you, Buckle? When you, like, press down with your mouse, it, like, put a dent in the table. That shit was so stupid. And there was no room. Like, as the game was starting, instead of, like, talking about, like, strategy and getting people calm and shit, I was literally grabbing your PCs and, like, pushing them onto the edge of the table so that they almost fell off just to, like, make more mouse space. Hey, Nuda. That shit was so tilting. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the PCs were so good, and then the desks were just... Do you know, the round tables honestly would have been better, I feel like. Anyway. Yeah, we boomed them. This was such a good start. Like, because now, not only for this map did we get first fight for free because we just outsmarted them. Like, genuinely, I cannot believe they actually came out on Farah Hanzo. Like, that shit kind of made me laugh out loud when I was watching it. Because, like, if they just thought about it critically, right? Prepare for the Bastion, but they must know that we're going to run, that they must know that we know that they're going to prepare for the Bastion. So they should come out meta expecting something else and then just go back and switch if we're on the Bastion. Goodbye, Buckle. I'll be streaming for a while, I'd say. I don't think I have anything on today. I think it's a matter. Yeah, well, like they didn't initially, right? Well, yeah, whatever. In scrims, we beat them so many times in scrims that they kind of had to pay attention to our comps, which is so unfortunate because we could have like there was a lot of pretty shit teams, you know what I mean? But we were the top of the pretty shit teams. We worked our way to the top. And then I genuinely believe I would have preferred to got Team UK. What's the Bastion setup? Yeah. How do I show you the Bastion setup? Is like Stat Banana still a thing? Stat Banana. To show our VODs. I couldn't be bothered trying to find them. I'll just quickly explain. Busan, high-res. Just what you know. Yeah, we have a load of VODs with it, but basically it's like you come out Bastion and Sim, and you know they're coming out meta, so that's Doom Reaper for anyone who doesn't know, and they're gonna come out Death Ball, and they're gonna come like this way. Let me draw. So the enemy goes this way, so we go Bastion, Symmetra, we set up right here, like shields like this, so double shield like this. With the idea being, if they go to point, we just melt them, right? Bastion on bridge with Simrate ATP across if they go under. Basically, yeah. So usually what happens is they try to like wrap around, which means, and the point usually hasn't unlocked yet, because the objective of like the death ball is to either run over or go to point and sustain. But if we have high ground that overlooks the point, they can't go to point. Teams run May. Yeah. I actually think this point is like deceptively wide open. So I don't think May is the only way. The only place that May is good for walls is like here, these chokes, and then if the walls on point are up, these chokes. Otherwise, she's not that good. And like May Reaper or May Doom started out as meta, but then Doom Reaper just became better because they could kill faster. They had way more brawl. And the double shield doesn't affect either of them as much as May. But yeah, anyway, so the Bastion strat. So the way it basically works is like the Sim diagonally TPs so the Bastion can bounce, and the Sigma will bounce with the Bastion wherever he goes. Ping pong is what we call it. And then the Orisa will drop on point, take one of the corners, probably one of this corner, so that the Bastion can see, sits behind her shield or whatever, to contest forever, and anything that tries to run over the Orisa gets melted by the Bastion. And then we have like Ana and Baptiste, so the Ana is to like stop the Reaper from pushing, like if Reaper runs a Bastion, all Ana has to do is just shoot the sleep, and the Reaper will fade, like unless he thinks the Ana is absolute trash, the Reaper will fade because he doesn't want to get slept. As soon as you force out Reaper fade, he's a free target for Bastion. Yeah, no, like Farah Hanzo is good to like. That's the thing. Like, you just have to think. Like, don't only think about like what they like, because we knew that they were gonna run something, or they were gonna prepare for the Bastion because we ran it against them like 5 times. So if we know that they're gonna prepare, because it's not a good strat, right? It's a good strat if they come out Doom Reaper, but if they come out anything else, it's a horrible strategy. So we figured we have to run Doom Reaper, because if they come out on a counter, we counter that counter, and if they come out on meta, they know they have studied our comp anyway, so they'll counter it pretty easily on the meta comp. So we just had to come out meta. We could have come out like our own Farah Hanzo. I just don't think it's that good on this map because there's little high grounds to get away from a Reaper. All you have is like this high ground, which gives one angle for, let's say, Hanzo, but then you have no other angles for your Roadhog and your Farah. You know what I mean? If your Farah goes like all the way coast and she can shoot in, your Hanzo is shooting from like the same angle. Where does your Roadhog go? He's just gonna get run over. What is this tweet? Let's see. Oh, what the? I can't click on the fucking tweet. Hold on. Yeah, I saw this. Dive is meta. Yeah. Many hate dive. Dive is nerfed. Many miss dive. I don't think that many people hated dive. I just think people got bored of it. Goats is meta. Many hate goats. I loved goats. Goats is nerfed. Many miss goats. I do miss goats. Double shield is meta. I actually kind of like double shield. I don't. It's not as good as goats, but I don't mind it. I kind of like all the metas. I like learning a meta, and I'm kind of unlike other people where I like getting deep into metas. So I like when teams like get really good at them, and it goes on for a while, and then it's like you get really into it. So like with this meta now, it's like really into maximizing your DPS value, maximizing your gold essences, things like that. Yeah, I agree with this tweet actually. Stop hating and enjoy the current meta while advocating for changes. I wouldn't mind changes. Super unlucky with the bracket. Yeah, we couldn't have, like, I genuinely would have preferred Team UK round 1 just because it would have, I do think, like, we would have lost because Team UK they're a pretty good team, lots of owl players. But we would have taken them by surprise, and I genuinely believe we could have pulled a map because like nobody was prepared for the comps that we were running except for Team Iceland and Team Italy. Those are the two teams that we scrimmed the most that kind of figured out how to beat our comp while still playing a variation of the meta. Like Italy ended up going Diva a lot because Dragon Eddie's a fucking monster, and Iceland would go McCree. And we would still beat Iceland sometimes, but we just didn't play that well on the day, which is another issue. Farah Hanzo can't kite quick enough, right? Yeah, but that's like the idea is you play at high grounds and angles so that you have like 3 threats, 4 if you count the anti-nade, and they have to commit onto one of the threats because they're death ball, they're like cooldown orientated. So we have like consistent damage from range, and the death ball doesn't. So when the death ball commits to one of the 3 threats, the other one of the 4 threats, even if they commit to Ana, the other 3 are cleaning them up. And the Orisa is bait, so the Orisa plays objective or plays the low ground or whatever. And if they run over the Orisa, that's even better because then we have like everyone farming their team. UK 0-4 in groups. Yeah, I know. UK were not that good this year. Pure Irish still has nightmares about Dragon Eddie. That dude is a monster on Sigma and Diva. Yo, does that mean we can show Flex G's fucking massive rocket barrage now? The one against Italy? We have some insane plays where we run in our comp. Where is that shit? I don't even know where to go find that. Can somebody, Pure or Buckle, if Buckle's here, Clips channel? Alright, let me find this. Give me a second. Yeah, I got it. Okay, we're gonna watch this. Hold on. I want sound for this. So, for context, Dragon Eddie is the only man I fear. Okay. On Roadhog? Is he actually I never saw him on Roadhog, but like this dude is definitely owl level. Like he's of the Team Italy, like he was by far Autumn Del Rey, thanks for the follow. He was he was probably their strongest player. That might just be because of the comps that we were running, right? So lots of DPS heavy comps, which means like this comp is aimed at making the off tank's life a living hell because the idea is you have to you shred the Orisa shield, which forces the Sigma shield to one of the 3 threats. The point of Roadhog is when they nerfed Sigma shield, gave him the 1 second cooldown. If he puts that shield up, he can now be pull hooked because he can't block the hook with his matrix anymore. So he puts shield up, the Orisa pulls. Even if he sees the pull coming, he can't drop his shield and then redeploy it in time to stop the hook. So he either has to pay attention to blocking Roadhog hook or Pharah or Hanzo or Anti-Nade. And if we just shred the Orisa shield, which will exactly what you'll see in a second, it opens up so much more potential for like other picks. So like this is just one of the many clips that we got like this. Like Flex would just like fucking do some crazy things on Pharah, or we would get these like massive pull dragons, or like it's just a pick comp basically, right? So we just got to play our range. If they do commit, we've got to be in angles to support each other. So like the Hanzo and the Roadhog need to take angles that are away from their Orisa, away from each other, but still in LOS of Ana. So that's where the trickiness comes in. And the Ana has to play way back because she doesn't want to get run over. But anyway, so you can see like dragons on the Diva. McCree May, they're running like some Brig. I'm not sure why Brig. Maybe because the armor it makes Pharah more difficult to kill things. They were just trying shit. They were trying to. We were doing really well in this scrim. But anyway. So okay, I'll play it out first, and then I'll break it down after, because there's actually a lot of like small things. The comms aren't in this, but I'll point out what we were calling. Yeah, I think the Brig is for the armor. Like that McCree is so hard to kill. So they're on Diva, not Sigma. Anyway. Sextuple kill. So it just looks like the way it looks normal enough, but the way Flex like uses his cooldowns here to get in position is he's so good at this. He does this like all the time. Okay, the thing that I wanted us to like notice is that we're shredding Orisa shield, because you want to force Matrix before you can barrage, or force Sigma shield before you can barrage, right? So the way you force the Sigma to like play his hand, so to speak, is by breaking the Orisa shield. When they nerfed the Sigma, they also nerfed Orisa shield by 1 second, but it's actually a massive difference if you play for shield break. So you punish the Orisa shield, forces the Sigma to shield, right? So Orisa shield disappears. You can even see Flex shooting it. Wait for it. Oh no, I missed it. Sorry. So you see him going for damage. I think this is it. Come on. Yeah, you see him like going for damage, the Orisa shield goes down, and the call comes in, like, play for shield break. So he instantly stops shooting the McCree, just goes straight for the shield. 1, 2, 3, the shield's already broken, right? Here comes the Matrix. Flex doesn't even see it, but Liam and Pure see it. So then as soon as the Matrix comes out, that's just go time. They don't have a Sigma, so with Sigma you need to worry about Sigma Matrix as well as his shield, but it's not so bad when it's Diva. It's actually easier when it's Diva to pull off these kind of plays. But anyway, so Matrix comes out, it goes away. Sextuple kill. Easy. Only half the team are Scrivzy fans? Oh yeah. Well, I don't think we'd ever had one. I don't know why Pure's a rat, not on the Scrivzy fan account. They all had one, except for except for Buckle, because I don't know why, but yeah. Come on, Pure. Why you gotta do me like that? Anyway. But yeah, like, yeah. They went Pharah Hanzo because they thought we were gonna Bastion. We went meta because we thought they were gonna counter the Pharah Hanzo. And we also thought our meta comp, our Doom Reaper was better than their Doom Reaper. And I think on a good day it could have been. If both of us were having a good day and both of us were playing meta, it was pretty even. Yo, what's up, Switch? Switch, why are you awake? What time is it? It's like, oh, it's like 10 a.m., right? Are you east or west? I don't even know. It's like 7 a.m. Whatever. Okay. Music. School. Unlucky. Alright, let's go back to the VOD. Let me turn this down actually a little bit. I want to hear the casters.
Reaper now, Sindri going on to the Doom, so it is that mirror comp. As Scrivzy down again, Flex G finding
Okay.
that.
Taking the first fight is a really good sign.
And now Ireland can hold a aggressively see Happy Cool.
Yeah, I'm the same. I wanted to stream like couple of like literally the day after we got back, and I just couldn't sleep my sleep schedule. Like it was so fucked up. Like the first day we got back, I fell asleep at like 7 p.m. and then I woke up at like 7 a.m. and then the next day I went to bed at like 3 a.m. or something, and I woke up at like 6 p.m. the next day. It was just fucked. I don't know what was going on, but jet lag is weird. Anyway, so I think we were like, we get another pick and we win another fight.
And now Ireland can hold aggressively see Happy Cool is going to swap back.
We're scouting well.
Reaper now, Sindri going on to the Doom, so
we missed the punch. We're like, what was their Sigma doing?
is that mirror comp.
Buckle's in a good spot.
Again. Flex G finding that early pick with the halt.
Flex kind of throwing a little bit, punching a fortified Orisa.
As Scrivzy down again, Flex G finding that early pick with.
Was he even fortified?
The halt.
Oh, he wasn't.
Flexy just rolling it in, ends up getting taken down the other side.
This quality is monk ass. It's 1080p already.
5 on 5 evened up, but Ireland keeping good control of the doorway here. Iceland really struggling to get things going, but they are starting to fight it back. It's
Scally, what are you doing?
Iceland down the other side, 5 on 5 evened up, but Ireland keeping good control of.
Hello? I kind of want to go. I'm going to open up the. I actually have it open. Cool. Now we get to, if someone fucks up, we get to go watch their point of view and flame the shit out of them. Which is always fun. Wait, they barely even reset. Like, they're switching heroes. And their tanks were still out of spawn. That was kind of weird. Anyway, that was a good fight. Forward like 10 seconds. What is Mute's doing? Okay. Okay. So the Reaper went through window as they were engaging, which we did also when we tried to retake, but we did it just as badly as them in this case. Like, he's not even out the window yet, and their player's already dead. Okay, so Flex just... Okay, he wasn't fortified, so this punch wasn't that bad, and I just think the counter punch was aimed at Buckle, and it just hits Flex, which is unlucky. Liam should be up in the team. Use his shields, but he's not. So Flex dies. How does Skelly die? Here's the real question. Okay. Fun hero, by the way. That shit's balanced. Anyway. I think we still win this. So we're technically down 1. I'm gonna go back to this stream.
The doorway here, Iceland really struggling to get things going, but they are starting to fight it back. It's 4 on 4. We'll see if they can get through.
Well, Scally down. That means there's no Moira. There's not a lot of sustain here for Ireland. They have to play slow. They have to play their shields around mutes.
The way they say Ireland is kind of weird.
Iceland moving on.
Have to play Scally down. That means there's no Moira. There's not a lot of sustain here for Ireland. They have to play slow. They have to play their shields around mutes. They don't have a lot of health.
Iceland moving on in. The coalescence on and over, but all the while Ireland getting progress.
Nice counter coalescence, but do we push with it? Oh, Flex is throwing. I want to see this. You like this, Cole? Why?
For Ireland, they have to play slow. They have to play their shields around mutes. They don't have a lot of health.
Iceland moving on in.
This is a. Maybe because Scally's dead. They're behind on Cole
Galley down, that means there's
because we came out on Moira first. So even though they lost first fight, they would still be behind because their Moira had their Mercy. No, Mercy went Lucio. Ana, I think. I don't know. Did he come out on Moira or? No, he came out Ana. But also, like, your Coalescence isn't. In this meta, it shouldn't be used for just healing. So this is yeah. He was on Ana. It's yeah. Even still, like, because Scally was dead, maybe this Coalescence could have been used to win them this fight, but he only uses it for healing. Like, you want to use your Coalescence as the Reaper or as the Doomfist is going in, so you can, like, you heal your team with it, you pocket whatever DPS you have in their backline with it, and you do damage. So basically, you and your Reaper are like 2v1ing whatever it is that they're fighting in the enemy team's backline, and you can, like, heal across the map with it. But instead, he just, like, he does a little bit of damage, but none of his DPS are in. Like, if his Reaper was here, you could just pocket him with it, and it would be way more beneficial.
All the while, Ireland getting progress on the point as Iceland looks for wins.
Okay, I want to see what the fuck Flex is doing, because he literally just came out of spawn. Let's see, Flex G. Okay. Okay, please stop punching the fortified Orisa. How do I pause this stupid thing? Oh yeah.
Sindri though back into the fray, takes down Flex G.
And I don't know, I think their Doom might have been, like, focusing him. That was a nice counterpunch, but he shouldn't be going for the Orisa in the first place until after Fortify has been used.
good flux there from Pure Irish.
Yeah, that was a good flux, actually. Gets 4? If you count the Reaper.
Sindri though back into the fray, takes down Flex G. And now there's an opening for Iceland.
Bucko kills Reaper.
As they move on in, Flux
Didn't get to Lucio, so it got 3.
in return.
That was nice, though. Orisa used Fortify.
Easily, and they turn the tide.
Liam's dead.
One incredibly good flux there from Pure Irish. He puts them all up in the air. Even though Iceland got that early pick, Sindri getting kill after kill. They're still in the fight.
Okay.
Sindri getting another.
This...
Sindri wants Iceland to stay in. They want them to get this flip.
This meta is so important for good Doomfist plays.
Oh my god. Yeah, but fake punching to get Fortify is huge, but really good Orisas just react off the Doom's punch. So they won't Fortify if they see or hear him punching. They'll just only Fortify after the punch releases. And the really good Orisas do have the reaction time down, so they'll just block that shit. And she wasn't even like fortifying as a reaction. She was just fortified to stop taking damage, and Flex just punches her. Like, he literally died again coming out of spawn. Yeah, way easier to do on a LAN client. Like, the LAN client felt so good. It was unbelievable. Like, I only got to play on it in, like, warm-up or whatever, as the players were, like, warming up. But it was so good to watch. Or so good to play on. Like, it felt insane. 300 FPS, 240 hertz is, like... I actually couldn't believe the difference. What happens? Okay, you're just going in with... Yeah, you're just going in with no shields. Like, what... Pure shield was just... It's full health, too. He just wasn't shielding. That was big yikes. We should have won that fight. Like, our shield management, our engage timings, all of that was really bad. But, okay. And now, we get what? 70%? 71%. So, we win a clean fight. We cap the point. They will have time to recontest. So, we've got to win, like, 2 fights. 2 fights. Win 1 fight. We also have the luxury of, like, building up a shitload of ults and just winning a fight cleanly that way. So, like, we could if we wanted, take a dry fight here, get our Doom ult back, get our Coalescence back, get like 60 or 70 to Sigma ult, and like as long as their engage is good enough to force out a couple of their ults, like at the very least 2. If we can force out 2 ults, like Coalescence Reaper ult or something, or Sig ult and Coalescence. I thought we'd play to live. Oh, like we should. That was just a bad. That was like Buckle shouldn't have died. Flex shouldn't have died. 3 times in a row. Liam shouldn't have died from their meteor strike. Whatever. Like this we can't. We're not gonna go over like every detail like it's a VOD review or whatever. I just kind of wanna get through faster than normal. So anyway, let's go back to the stream.
Sindri doing everything he can and more, and Iceland about to flip the point here, but Ireland, they bought themselves so much time.
Yeah, even if they lose this fight, it's a lot of time off the clock, and it's a lot of bank got for Ireland. And also, look at the ult bank, ZP.
Yeah.
They've
Switch.
had such a good ult bank.
Nice
going
follow.
into this next fight for the retake. Iceland, though.
Didn't you already follow me, or is that a different account?
Here close to the choke. They know they should know they have the Cole advantage here, so they're gonna probably look for an aggressive Cole, try to get the halt, try to get some early damage, and try to get that pick there with their Doom.
And talk about bank, they're accruing interest
Okay.
all the while.
Let's critique this shit, because this hurt my eyes to watch, because this was really bad. Okay, we don't do like a fake, but we don't really need to, because they're not ready. Like half a cool is here. I just followed. It hurt to play in. Like, okay, let's watch.
Ireland in the fantastic spot.
Pure gets rocked off the bat because we're not like shielding Liam's engage, first of all.
Potentially take the first.
Then they just pull Coalescence. Their Reaper's just in us. We bongo. What was the plan? Bongo Reaper ult? Where's our Reaper?
Bank, they're accruing interest all the while. Ireland in the fantastic spot.
Where's Buckle? Did he come through window?
First round here, but the Coalescence in immediately.
Oh my god. Okay. The timing was pretty bad, but that's okay.
Just burned on.
Bongo's already broken, Bongo. Like, this shit's not killing anybody. We're already down to Bongo's broken. The timing here was awful. I don't know if you guys like couldn't hear each other or what. That's why I wanted Liam and Buckle next to each other, by the way, so that we could get plays like this down better. But,
Down. Here comes Buckle in or the top for Ireland. Goes for the death blast.
hey, we actually got a kill.
Iceland.
So this is really bad, right? Because we used 2 ults, they used 1, and they won the fight. So now we're in trouble. Instead of taking a dry fight, we've actually just handed them the ult economy.
Completely denying Ireland, and they lost some key ultimates there.
Still, we have time to take another dry fight if we wanted to.
They just had a lot better value.
But I
Hold
don't
the
think we
chokes.
ever do.
They make sure they
Our
keep
ult
it too
usage
far.
wasn't great
They
today.
also were able to get the
Or this
Supercharger,
day.
Death Blossom out of Ireland, so those are also big, because Supercharger is such an important ult for these compositions. And I imagine Steel Dragons is just going to drop that in this following fight, going to put it on that corner, and they're going to use that damage to get the picks here again on the choke. Ireland have to find a way to get through. They have the double support ult.
Not only is Ireland a little bit more.
Okay. Let's look at this second
On the
engage.
choke, Ireland have to find a way to get through. They have the double support.
What's the plan? We're going to Coalescence engage, right? Coal engage, pull Doom ult, or just pull Doom ult?
Ult.
Not only is Ireland a little
Okay, there's our pull Doom ult. There's our Coalescence. Where's Buckle?
bit more drained. Iceland charged up, ready to go for this fight. They open.
Okay. We don't get much with the Doom ult. Where do we use pull?
They have the double support ult.
Not only is Ireland a little bit more drained. Iceland charged up.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Do they have assigned seats? Yeah, so it had to be... Yeah. It had to be DPS, tank, support. So I wanted to put Buckle, who was the Reaper player, next to Liam. So we had Flex G, Buckle, Liam, Pure Irish, and then Mutes and Scally, I think. I think Scally was on the far end. I'm not entirely certain. No, I think it was Scally Mutes. Scally was on the end? Yeah. Yeah, I think we should have put you and Scally next to each other so that you could have played off each other's LOS when you were on like Roadhog and Ana, or Sig and Ana. That would have been smarter, because like Flex is with Mutes most of the time, but Mutes is on the other end, so you didn't have to listen to Mutes. Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, this engage isn't that bad. Like, we get a little bit of value from our Doom ult. No kills, but we get Bongo, which is okay. Our Coalescence would have broken Bongo anyway, so the Mumble client was clean. What do you mean? Like, you couldn't hear each other? Like, when I came in and put the... When I came in and put the headset on and there were games going around, oh, no delay. Yeah, that was nice. When I came in and put the headset on to like talk to you guys in between the maps, I literally couldn't concentrate. Like I was trying to speak and the yelling was going through my mic into, or through all of your mics into my headset. I was like, nah, I have to take this off. Like that shit was painful. So I just got up, I put the headset down. I was like, I told you all to take your headsets off. And I was just talking to you anyway. That shit was dumb. Anyway.
Ready to go for this fight. They open up the supercharger as you predict.
So we open up with Coalescence. I think Bucko goes into the back. We can check in a second. We break Bongo with our Doom ult, which we would have broken with Coalescence anyway. And then they beat Reaper ult, so they've used 3 ults, we've used 2, and we don't actually have an answer. To beat here, I think, would actually be okay. If we beat here, kill the Reaper while he's ulting, that's huge, but I guarantee we don't.
Supercharger down immediately.
Oh, we did. Mutes is Pog. That was a good beat. Like, yeah, they have Sigma ult, but if we're committing to winning this fight, and we are because we just used 2, it's worth. Hello, Chinese. How are you? Good morning to you, I should say. Yeah.
Half a cool, right to the back.
Oh, okay, Flex dies.
Goes for the death blossom
again.
down, and Happy needs to be a little bit careful, taking on down Ireland.
Yeah, so that was a solid beat from Mutes. Like they sig ult, which is bad for us. But if we had used our ults a little bit cleaner, and maybe if Flex hadn't died, we would be up 1 and they would be sig ulting. So in my eyes, that's pretty even.
Not out of the fight yet, but look at Sindri off to the other side, looking for the Reaper, looking for the finish, ends up finding it. Takes a rock to the face, but still okay.
That bans. So their sig ult actually got them a lot of value.
Opening pick there. Sindri.
But they used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ults to win that fight, which is solid for in terms of like our point of view, right? They beat it to win that fight. I don't think my Nightbot works. Yeah, this is me going through it quickly, by the way. Is Nightbot working? How do I get Nightbot to work? Hello? Nightbot? I don't even know anymore. Sorry for the stream inception right there. I forget that everything I look at is showing. 0 subs? Don't kill me, by the way. Feel free to sub, by the way. Anyone who wants to sub, you know. First sub? No? Nah, it's alright. Don't worry about it. I don't want subs anyway. Nah, I'm okay. Thanks, Andy. No Twitch primers in the chat? No? Any Twitch primers? Mutuo, thanks for the follow. And somebody else followed as well, I just missed it. It's day 3, we just finished Hollywood. That's Mutes' iPad account? Really? Yeah, what's up, Mutes? I was just complimenting your beat. I don't know if you saw it. Let's go back. Okay, after this fight, we're going to go through this quickly. I just want to say, this beat was really good.
They have the double support ult.
Not only is Ireland a little bit more drained, Iceland charged up, ready to go for this fight. They open the
beat blossoming a sig ult?
Supercharger down.
What do you mean? Beat blossoming it? Usually in metas, like, you only need 1 ult to counter 1 ult, if that makes sense. So, like, if they sig ult, beat can counter it, and Coalescence can counter it. Or you can just use your cooldowns and get away, but then you're down cooldowns, you know what I mean? So, beating the Reaper ult is fine, but you don't need the Sigma ult on top of that to kill him. You should just be able to kill him, you know, if he's in your team. Unless he's being coalesced or bongoed, in which case you need another ult on top of beat to counter that ult. Okay, fuck you then. I don't need to go over this fight again. He heard something though, this Flay's ego? Yeah. And then he just announces himself. He was just lurking in chat until I complimented him. It's the other team's sig ult. Wait, what do you mean? I'm confused now. Oh, yeah, so that is a combo, but usually the Sigult goes first. Do you mean like Sigulting your own Reaper? That's actually kind of smart. I never even thought of that. Thanks, Satanta, for the follow. So if you Sigult your own Reaper while he's I mean, it's kind of smart, I guess. It could work. You Sigult your own Reaper while he's ulting so that nothing can touch him. No, that's dumb. I've seen that happen, actually. It just takes them up into the air and the Reaper ult gets no value. I think what you mean is if their Sigma ulted our Reaper, that's smart. That's a good trade. So if they Reaper ult and we pick him up so that he doesn't get any value, that's good. And we kill him because he doesn't have a cooldown to get away. That's pretty smart. But in that case, you wouldn't need Beat, or you wouldn't need Coalescence, or whatever. Anyway.
Drained Iceland charged up, ready to go for this fight. They open up the Supercharger as you predicted. Supercharger down immediately. Halfical right to the back, goes for the Death Blossom, Flex G down. And Happy has to be a little bit careful, taken on down. Ireland not out of the fight yet, but look at Sindri. Off to the other side, looking for the Reaper, looking for the finish, ends up finding it. Takes a rock to the face, but
enemy Sig, then we beat. No, see, okay. I'm gonna go. Okay. Okay, one more. So they have more ults. I don't know. I'll just go through them, right? Because there's like the way ults work especially in Deathball metas, they're very like sequential, I guess you could say. Like there's a flow to using ults in Deathball versus Deathball. So opening ults. So we actually open with 2, which is a mistake by itself. Pull Doom ult is an opening ult, so like the Doom goes in, he uses all of his cooldowns to get as many cooldowns as he can out, then he ults, and as he's ulting, the Orisa pulls and we go in, right? So that's what's happening here with Flex. So he's Pull Doom ulting.
Not only is Ireland a little bit more drained.
So there's our ult, so they Bongo Reaper ult, which was their plan, so both of us kind of execute our plans at the same time. So our Coalescence is to counter their Bongo Reaper ult, which it basically breaks their Bongo, and it keeps Buckle and Flex alive in their backline.
Iceland charged up, ready to go for this fight.
But they've used 2, and we've used 2.
As predicted, Supercharger down immediately.
But they also beated. I don't know why they beated. Maybe they just beated our Coalescence. So because they beated our Coalescence and they've Bongo Reaper ult, they've now used 3. So this beat is actually a good beat because it keeps us alive through their Bongo Reaper ult.
Right to the back, goes for the Death Blossom, Flex G down, and Happy.
It doesn't really matter how you use, like, obviously some combos are better than others, but you should be able to work, like, whatever you have to work with, you should be able to use those ults to win the fight. That's kind of the goal. So, like, if all you have is something weird, like Bongo and Sigma ult, you should be able to combo those two in a way that wins you the fight. So any combos are viable if they're viable, if that makes sense. Like the stupid combos like Sigult and Reaper ult at the same time isn't a good combo. The combo there is you Sigult first and then Reaper ult after when they get slammed down and they're slow. But anyway.
Taken on down. Ireland not out of the fight yet. But look at Sindri. Off to their side.
Our ult usage wasn't bad there. They just had more because we threw the fight before. And we should have recognized that and just tried to drain ults by taking a dry fight, which we never did.
That's a lot of pick potential gone, removed from Ireland, and as long as Sindri's alive and he was hunting,
still, like, Sigult versus Doom ult, I prefer our position here.
All the remaining DPS out of the fight for Ireland. That means that Iceland are free. They have so much more damage, so much better combination potential here. They're still holding the chokes aggressively. Ireland, they need to get out.
Wow, that was a fast Coalescence. Okay, so we open with Sigult, they Coalescence, so the Sigult is countered. We have no more ults, so we're probably going to lose this fight.
They're going to open up with the Flex. They need to get something off this half-cool.
Jesus. Okay, Flex died first a lot this round.
Flex G, and you lose your Doomfist that early in the fight. It's just not going to be capable.
Which is not common.
Back. Sindri diving on in, 87% for Iceland, and this should be Iceland well on their way to taking this first round.
Peppa Hands will lose. No point watching that. There's no way we... Okay, this is the round that I actually want to watch. We pop off this round.
And really, when you talk about this Iceland team, even though, especially because of World Cup last year, a lot of people are looking at Team UK and going, surely they're going to get...
Looks like they're going to come out with that comp that we saw Iceland with running a little bit earlier. You have that Pharaoh, you have the Hanzo, you have the Mercy.
All right.
Damage boost.
So here's the thing, right? They probably knew. This is why I really think we like got the better of them with our picks in the first round, because they knew that we would run this exact comp. on this point in particular, but because we confused them and we ran something they weren't used to in the round previous, now they don't know what we're going to run this round. They're confused. No, it's not really. There's a lot of wide open space. Like, the skybox isn't an issue because, like, you're playing at range anyway. So, like, he's not going to play directly above them. He just plays at an off angle. And they don't have a McCree or a Reaper, so as long as you're playing at an angle and Hanzo, so this comp is pretty easy. It's pretty, like, simple to break down. So there's 3 main threats, right? One is your Pharah, one is your Hanzo, one is your Roadhog. And it puts all the pressure onto the Sigma to deal with more than one threat at one time if he can. So if we take 3 separate angles and we use our range, except for the Roadhog who has to play a little bit closer, the Sigma can't block all of that damage. And if we play range, they can't run over us. They will commit eventually, and they might get a kill running something over, but they all have to commit in one direction. And if that happens, the other angles just farm them, which is what you'll see happen here. So the skybox, it could be an issue, but not really. It's not even that low. Like, we've played far on lower skyboxes, like Anubis, for example.
Especially for the Pharah, the Flex G. And they're playing a Hog Orisa. A lot of pick potential here for Ireland. They want to play slow, they want to spam, and Iceland, they need to recognize that, they need to try to find the backline, especially Scally. Scally is going to be very easy to pick off.
And Iceland, they're doing the right thing here, where they're getting under...
So, see, like, they've prepared, so they're, like, playing cover really well. They're trying to out-rotate us to try to catch Scally in the backline. So you can bet Scally is rotating to Drum on the right side of the map right now, but because they've studied us, they're, like, trying to out-rotate to catch our backline. Whereas previously in scrims, they just went to point and tried to bunker on point, and we just farmed them. But they're playing smarter now, which is unfortunate. But we still win anyway.
They're not getting easy far pressure up, and they're going to take a moment here where they're going to decide to go directly into point, and hopefully for Sindri,
so they wait for point to unlock. So this is what I mean, right? They have to rush somewhere, which means they have to commit their focus somewhere. Let's actually skip over to... I want to show you what this looks like, not just from Flex's point of view. You should always break Orisa shield. Don't focus on Sigma shield as much, but, like, always break Orisa shield because it's on such a long cooldown. It's such an easy shield to break, and when you break Orisa shield, it forces the off tank to commit their cooldowns, like shield or matrix or whatever. Otherwise, like, we have, like, 3 angles, right? 3 threats. If we allow Orisa shield to stay alive, let's say Hanzo lets Orisa shield stay up and they just go for picks, he's trying to, like, shoot over the shield or around it or something. Even if the shield isn't in his LOS, it's in his, like, best interest to break Orisa shield, because when it's broken, the Sigma has to pay less attention to the Hanzo and more attention to, let's say, Roadhog. Exactly, yeah, exactly. And then you can, if they're bunkering and they're hiding, you can break both shields. But if they're moving, just break the Orisa shield and then focus on picks. Is generally what we did. Oh. Okay. So, like, straight away, here's our angles. Like, so these 3 are together at the moment. 4 actually are together because of this rotation. Like, normally, like, Bucko would be over here, Flex would be above them, and then Pure would be on the right side or something, with Scally, like, playing safe. But because they're rotating, we're trying to, like, fix our positioning, right? So we're moving. So Scally and Buckle stay, Liam goes to point, and Pure should try to wrap around. Yeah, so you can see Pure, like, trying to get into position, but staying safe at the same time. If you can flank, you break 1 shield. Yeah, like, as soon as this Orisa shield goes up, you'll probably see Pure trying to break it, but we just, like, so here's the Sigma shield, right? So this is blocking one of the threats. The Orisa shield is going to go down, like, on point, so it's going to block Pure, so it's going to be... If we went for pull hook now, it probably catches the fortified Orisa if she hasn't used it yet, but if we pull hook now, like, the Sigma shield has been used, so there's a good chance that we get it. But in the meantime, like, even though they're shielding Pure and Buckle, Flex is open to farm, and that's the idea. So, like, one of our DPS has to have an angle at all times if we play correctly. So there's the Orisa shield. Do we break it? Not really. Buckle just kills them past it, which is good. Maybe he goes to breaking it then. Buckle, come on, man. There goes their Orisa shield. which opens up the left side. What happened to Pure? Where did he go? Where are you at? Oh yeah, so Pure is like on the flank, right? So as soon as they like started to run over, like Liam holds his ground because he wants to be the one that's focused. So like we want them to focus our Orisa. How do you use pull hook? No, you can just use pull hook whenever the Sigma uses his shield. So like the Sigma puts his shield out, which means you can pull hook, and he can't put it down and then redeploy it in time to stop the pull hook from happening. Yo, I pop off here. All right, let's watch Skelly then. Skelly, how long have you been in the chat? Have you been talking, or am I just crazy? Oh, you sleep the Reaper. So this is one thing that like we had to learn. Scally especially got really good at it, but we all kind of got really good at it. Scally actually made a workshop mode where Reaper bots would just TP and Scally would practice sleeping them, and then he gave it to the rest of us so we would practice. Almost 6 minutes. Fuck off. You have to practice like sleeping. There's a window where you can sleep or hook or headshot the Reaper before he can fade as he TPs in, and Scally hits it like so consistently it's actually insane, which is what happens here. I think. Boom. Dead. That Reaper's fucking dead. Easy pick. So if we listen to the caster's reaction to this, like Buckle gets all the credit. The amount of time this happened in the game where either Pure hooked something and Buckle got the finishing blow, or Scally slept something and Buckle got the finishing blow, and Buckle gets all the credit. Like, listen to this.
A moment here where they're going to decide to go directly into point and hopefully for Sindri to find a pick. But that is a nice halt, setting up Flex G into the back, still good poke. Buckle able to find Happy and
yeah, it's not the caster's fault. They can't see it. Anyway, let's watch Scally. Well, the last thing I want to say, so you can see like Pure goes for hook here and he just misses because he's kind of a bot, but that's all right. The last thing I want to say about like pull hook is going for pull hook like when the Sigma uses a shield is fine, but if they haven't engaged yet, sorry Pure. If they haven't engaged yet, he can't, like, you see the max range hook that he's going for, he can't go any closer because they haven't committed to something yet. So if he goes for a pull hook, that's a long animation, especially if he hits the hook on something. It's a long animation to throw the hook out. You're standing still, the hook comes back, you're still standing still. That's a long time where you're not kiting. So even if he hooks something and they just engage on him, like, he's basically helping them. Unless he gets that insta kill, he's basically helping them because he's like allowing them to rotate faster. Anyway, does Scally pop? That's the real question. So, like, it looks like they're engaging on Pure, and he just books it, which is his job, right? He can't, like, stand around and get farmed. He's got to trust that as they're chasing him around the map, the rest of our team is farming. Like, look at Flex's ult charge. Shit's insane. Like, the point only just unlocked. He already has his ult. So next pull should probably be a pull barrage. Ooh, that was a huge anti-nade. They use Coalescence. Cleaning up. They go Sombra, which I think isn't a bad pick, but he did better on the Mercury. Yeah, Flex did well here. Let's go back to the casters.
Ireland in a really good spot right now.
I mean, with Happy down, there's a lot less pressure now on Pure Irish and Liam. And Flex G, he's just completely uncontested.
He was hunting the barrage here.
Early Coalescence used for Numi, but it's done. The fight's over. Ireland playing that so well, getting so much damage early.
One thing that Ireland was really, really proud of when we talked to them, they said, we know that player-wise, we don't necessarily have the prestige of some of the other teams here, but they really took a lot of pride in their strategy planning going in. They said they had a lot of pocket strategies that they're able to pull out, and so far, this seems to be one of them.
And you see Happy now has made the swap onto Sombra. They put Sindri now onto the Reaper, so they don't want to play
Yeah, they switched both their DPS. You can see that they studied, right? That this switch was instant. Like, normally you wouldn't see switches this fast, but
they want Happy.
I'm so sad that we got Iceland in the first round.
To be the one to look for the hacks on the Fair Mercy,
anyway,
the hacks on the Hog. They really want to be trying to get some of those hacks off and get some value there. So now they're just approaching.
What happened here? How do we get the Reaper? Does he TP in again? Or does Buckle just frag him? Okay, RNG character. Come on, Scally, sleep him. Alright, that's okay. Like, you can see, like, Buckle is playing right next to Scally. It's even... I would nearly switch Buckle and Pure's positioning now because you need... Well, maybe not. I guess it's not so bad. Like, you just need somebody now to bodyguard Scally because the Reaper and the Sombra are going to both be, like, hunting Scally. If he misses that sleep on, let's say, the Reaper, you need that, like, second person to back that up. So we can still take 3 angles, but Scally's got to be on one of the angles. And then Pure needs to know where Scally and Buckle are playing and play away from them, but still play LOS.
Some spam.
Buckle gets
Buckle
Sindri
finds Sindri.
immediately. The early pickoff puts Ireland in a really nice
That was a
spot.
nice pick.
And you take a
Kinda
look at this,
RNG.
Ireland up 1.
So, like, here, this is, like, about as high as the skybox goes, but you see, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, Flex knows his cooldown usage, right? So even if they try to pull rock, he either has Concussion Blast or Booster to get away. He won't go close to their team. He won't go into pull rock range if he doesn't have his cooldowns. So that's kind of what he's doing at the moment.
To start with, and
Pure with a nice hook.
piling on right after.
Now Irish finding Steel Dragons. Dragons just having to walk.
They call him Irish. That's funny. Anyone who's not from anyone who's from Ireland calls him Pure. Anyone who's not from Ireland just calls him Irish. Yeah, that's weird. You should have just changed your name. You should have just gone to straight Pure. I thought that was cool. Like Scally 202, they allowed him to change it to Scally, and then who else? Mutes. Didn't Mutes like wasn't he like Mutes era or something like that? Pure Irish 12. Yeah, exactly. Mutes era, yeah. I think if you had just gone Pure, I don't know. Why don't you? I think Pure is a good name, but you don't seem to like it.
The rest of Iceland having to walk away. Have no success so far. They have not found any success at all with the hacks.
So you see what I mean? Like as soon as he gets into pull rock range, he just boosts away.
Getting a pick. And it's really hard for them to get in here because FlexG and Buckle has just kept up this pressure immensely. And when they're looking at them, Liam is looking for the hauled hooks with Pure Irish.
The problem is they have to find a way to get to the
We started so well on both rounds, and we we win this round.
point,
So
but FlexG easily getting good poke.
Flex's booster management, like what are you doing?
On the way
Come
in,
on,
and
man.
Frankly, it's also delaying them. Ireland has had control of the point this entire time.
Iceland still has no...
Okay, Liam's holding kind of close. Like he kind of W's into them, which makes me suspect there had to be a play here.
Way in, and frankly, it's also delaying them. Ireland has had control of the point this entire time.
So like, look at the way Liam just fortifies and W's in, which means either pull barrage or pull dragon is coming. And if we don't get value from it, Liam's probably gonna die pretty quick, which could be an issue.
Iceland still has no ults.
Like we could have held the trigger on this for a little bit longer. Like Liam could have played back point, Pure could have gone stairs again, and then when they commit to either one of those, to either Liam or Pure, then we could pull the trigger. But yeah, there it is. Pull nano barrage. I think the pull gets eaten, which is why we don't get as much value as maybe we wanted to.
We're
But
gonna have to find some value already though. The nano barrage. That's it. Fight over.
FlexG,
Not bad.
really nice stuff on the way in. Ireland uncontested here so far, and the best, they're just one fight away.
Iceland just now getting some ults that they need, but they're not even close to EMP. Is happy cool though.
Just
Just
give up on the
Go over to
Sombra.
McCree now, so they're not gonna look for these hacks.
We had them
They don't
so
have time for
boomed.
the EMP, so they'd rather just get a McCree, try to duel the Fair Mercy directly.
This is a sad McCree swap here. This is not a swap that usually works out well. It is pure desperation for Iceland, and we'll see if it works out. Meanwhile, Pure Irish.
Roadhog on the flank. Like this isn't like he is flanking, but like that's his job. Like he has to find other angles to take. So if they see him here and they chase him, that's good. That's what we want. If their whole team chases him and he dies, that's really bad because he's kind of out of LOS of his team now. So we won't be able to like support him or farm them as they're killing Pure, but they don't really see him. So like if he gets a pick here, that's massive.
Coming in on the hog flank.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go and watch this fight in the client.
While this is going on, he's on the main fight. Sindri already takes on Liam, and now there's an opportunity for Iceland to bring this directly over to the point.
Great
Liam
play
died
there from
really
Iceland.
quick.
They recognize that Irish was so far
Buckle
away
out
from the
of
rest of the
position.
team. They use the beat. Fruitdog there
Pure
drops
missed
it. They go
hook.
aggressively, run over Liam, just run over the Supercharger, which is exactly what they need if they're running a comp like this. If Hog Arista's out instead of the Sigma, there's...
Okay, what happened? Okay, why is he so far up? I don't understand. What's the plan? Pull Dragon, I assume. We don't have Barrage, so it can't be that. Like, we can still pull Dragon, but we can do it on the point. Like, Buckle's here, so the plan is obviously pull Dragon. But they just beat it. So, like, we're literally suiciding for this pull Dragon. We, like... Hello? Can I have HP back, please? Where's, Scally? Come on. Scally's on point. Like, this is dumb. I don't know why we're here. This is why we lose this fight. That dragon doesn't even get anybody because we held so close. Ah, yeah, hold closer, shut down the McCree angles. True. Not false. Still, it was kind of a feed. It's like Flex could have just played the cover. Wait, what am I doing? I want to hear this stream.
It's way less damage mitigation. Sindri and the rest of Iceland need to be walking over them, though now Pure Irish has swapped over to the Sigma.
I think it was just unfortunate time for Ireland where Irish thought they would be coming in from the other direction, went for the flank, and it just didn't pan out.
But 99% for Ireland here. All they have to do is win one fight. They can wait for their ult.
Okay, so them sitting on point is basically a throw. So our retakes are interesting as well, because like we need to take angles, right? We can't push them, so we need to take angles and be ready to collapse on whatever it is that they push if they engage early. So usually what we'll see is Flex will take the angle first, which is what we see over here. He's like flying at an angle, so because he can go over. Buckle and Pure can't. Oh, so we're on Sigma now to try to deny the McCree. I don't even think that was. Honestly, I don't think that was needed. I think Roadhog would have been, still would have been fine. But okay, Sigma's not bad. So
Buckle and Flex on their
you see Flex take the angle first, which means like the rest of us are gonna like push up main, and because they just sit on point, it's just free farm for Flex G. It'll probably force them into cover, which opens up more room for the rest of us. So they just give us, the space.
Because the McCree has a tough time, as there's still a really tough time of dealing with the Fair Mercy when pocketed.
And also for Happy, you have to wonder, where's this hit scan level going to be at? He used to be a DPS player, but it's been a hot minute in hit scan. He got...
So Pure and Liam are taking a little bit of space. Flex is taking a little bit of space. You see like Buckle and Scally holding back. Both of them get Sigma ulted, which is bad. We pull Barrage, we get McCree, we get Lucio.
Down, Barrage from back to Flex G, and it is doing
how does Scally not die to that?
That Barrage with the supercharger down, there's not a lot of resources left for Iceland at this point. It's Sindri versus the world, really. It's only Sindri here. Benzi coming back, but they're so low, they don't have the health. And they flipped it. Dude's gonna get the res here.
Oh.
Can Iceland even touch? They're coming down for a stagger fight.
Okay, I want to see this. This shit's gonna be good. This shit's gonna be good. Who's getting flamed here? Mutes or Scally? Oh no, no nade. Hey, nice sleep. Oh, you let Buckle die. Unlucky. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna leave him there? You're just gonna... Oh no! What the fuck? That was okay, we killed the whole we killed the whole team. At least he's not shielding any of the other angles, am I right? Well, at least you were healing him, Mutes. Like, maybe you could have kept pocketing him, and maybe like Buckle could have helped or something, but... Oh no, Buckle was dead. That was okay. And we win. Oh, did we win? Ooh. I respect the nano decision onto Buckle. It cost Liam's life, but I think it was a good decision. He'll be to 90 HP and left. Yeah, that's Mutes for you. What can I say?
Iceland does not have time in the least. Overtime is triggered, and now they're just hoping to get the miracle pickoff to give more time to the rest of their team, but it is simply not happening here, Abbas. And this is going to be 1-1 heading into round 3.
Irish is going to go down, but Flex G and Mutes are on the point. Scally coming back with the nano. It's still a very tough fight for them. There's not a lot of sustain for Iceland. It's all just stagger. And I'm calling it now. Ireland getting the first map versus Iceland. That is an underdog story. We wouldn't have expected that. Well, not the first map, but the first round, I should say.
And Ireland came out pretty strong in
no
the last
first
round
map
also,
Pepe hands.
Where, okay, even though it got flipped around on them, they started out 70%, and I think the star here to look at for Ireland, and I think there might be many, is Flex G. Flex G looked pretty good on Doom to start things off, had a very good Pharah there. In Iceland, they didn't have a great
Flex G got farmed on Doom, but I appreciate the effort.
response.
So see, here's another thing now, right? So both of those rounds, well, the first round we didn't run what they expected. Second round we did, but they ran meta because they didn't know what to expect. Now this round they expect Doom Sombra, but instead we're gonna run this. It's actually really good on this map.
Scrappy squad here.
But we just throw.
Crowdfunded here to get BlizzCon. They haven't been to BlizzCon
Yeah, just
before.
sleep Sigma
They're
again,
so
Scally.
hopeful
What the
with
fuck?
Other nations behind them, and I have to say, these are players that are relatively untested in terms of like what we've seen in contenders and what we've seen in the wider competitive scene. But right now, there's a lot of talent on Iceland. Flex G, like you pointed out, I mean, I've been pretty impressed with him.
It's been really cool to watch here so far, and I think one thing you have to say is that even though many people thought, Iceland's gonna get through, it's not sure at all.
Ooh,
Well, that's an early rock across the
shit.
map, gonna catch Scally, 21 HP, not gonna be finished off. See Ireland here once again on.
Oh my god, we're stuffed. Look at this. So this is what we need to expect, right? We should expect aggression like this. Pure shouldn't even be here. Pure should have been in the window.
On this pick comp with the fair
Bucko's positioning is solid up there. That was a nice sleep.
with the fair mercy
Fucking insane. Scally's a god.
with the
Happy's
Hanzo.
down.
And then Liam somehow kills the Doom. Like, they overextended themselves trying to, like, stuff us in the choke, but we took multiple angles through the choke anyway, except for Pure, but, you know, we'll get over that.
See Ireland here once again on this pick comp with the fair mercy with the
Happy's
Hanzo.
down.
And now that now their DPS are dead, it's just free kills.
Happy goes so aggressive with that TP ZB and gets caught.
Buckle has his number right now. Buckle sees Happy, arrow goes to head, and Ireland just gets to move over to the point. There's not going to be much of anything that can test Flex G right now, and Ireland is in a good spot once more.
With Numi down, that's into the fight. They could have maybe had a chance to sustain, but it's definitely over. And with that early pick onto Happy, Ireland have almost
Lads, like, how
they have a huge
we were looking so good, like, what
advantage.
the
They have such a
fuck?
huge advantage moving forward because not only did they win first fight, but they won first fight on
The throws are coming. We can wait for it, wait for
the
it.
pick comp CP, the Pharah, the Hanzo. It means you can control the chokes, you can span them as Iceland enters.
Iceland's gonna have to go through the rocket obstacle course right now, and they weren't very good at getting through that the last time. Flex G did not make things easy for them. How is Iceland gonna get to the point?
Ooh, that was a nice pick.
And Numi already down. Buckle with that first pick. There's the Nano Barrage.
Huge
Fight
Nano
over.
Barrage.
That is a fast fight, CP.
And I have to say, Buckle might not have even...
That fight was so fast, it was probably actually a disadvantage to us. Once we killed that Moira, we probably could have waited. Like, just the Nano or just the Barrage could have been good enough.
needed the pick there. That was just the insult to injury because they had no chance versus the Nano Barrage on the way in.
And they've swapped over to this McCree Reaper strategy and putting Finzi on Diva now, a tank we haven't seen used too much, hoping that they can contain the Hanzo, contain the Pharah. And I actually like that idea. I think it's a good play from...
Like, Diva is not a better pick than Sigma, but it puts more pressure on Flex and less pressure on, like, Pure Irish and Buckle. So if we just keep shredding the Orisa shield, the Diva has to, like, it's the same as Sigma, right? The Diva has to focus something, so she either has to eat the rockets or eat the Stormbow, or she can't eat pull. Well, she can eat the pull. So, like, we shred Orisa shield, she has the Matrix, and it should be that simple, but we throw.
Iceland, but it's still an issue of them getting out of choke, not losing.
Buckle.
Lose anyone. There is no.
I'm trolling. So I know what happened here. So I'm actually gonna go watch this in the thing because this is bad. Like this actually really hurt us. Let's go forward a little bit. So we kind of threw here. Back a little bit. Back a little bit more. So, oh my god, this is it. This is the moment. Oh, still back. Jeez, it took a while to die. Okay, here we go. So, we can slow this down too, because he claims that he was climbing up to the high ground and he thought he had landed and he just wanted to jump shoot, and instead he was still in the air, so he launched himself into their team. We'll see how accurate this is. So he climbs. Oh no. Come on, feet. Hit the ground. Oh. What? Hello? Bug? Where is Buckle? There he is. Is it me, or did his feet touch the ground? Oh, shit. Come on, feet. Look at this. Look, look, look. Boom. Oh, they didn't. Yeah. Well, anyway, Buckle through. I don't know why he wanted to jump there anyway. And literally slides off the map. Dead. Insta-dead. Big oof. Let's see how the casters reacted to that.
But Buckle, so aggressive though.
Happy finally gets revenge.
He's just so confused. Buckle's so aggressive. What are you doing, Buckle?
All map long, but now
And they just... Besides that, like, what are the rest of us doing? Like, honestly, like...
From Iceland, but
why is Buckle even there? Like, I guess we want to try to, like, stuff him into chokes, but we don't have any ults. We maybe are coming close to Dragon.
issue of them getting out of choke, not losing.
He was just trying to farm Dragon, I guess, but he could have played way back on the other high ground. We could have put Pure, like, in their main or on point, and then Liam could have played around the pillars.
Anyone, there is no Buckle, so aggressive though.
Happy finally gets revenge.
But instead, like, now we're all just shooting from one angle, and our Pharah is in the sky, but not around any cover, so she's going to get focused down by this goal.
That was going the other way all map long, but now Happy, a chance to move forward. This is where McCree is so good when you can pile on. Happy with 2, and Iceland moving right back over to the point.
I mean, right there, it's the opening pick on a Buckle.
We
Buckle
just
holding
crumbled
far too
after that
aggressive. They're
mistake.
getting caught at the choke as Hanzo, which is something you just can't do. But very good picks from Iceland. They moved over, they made the flip. It's not 99%, so they have plenty of time to still bring this back around in the control bank. Getting close to the Supercharger, they will have some ults up available for this next fight. They just need to not lose anyone to any of the pick classes.
Okay,
Buckle,
retake
Fletch
time.
G, they just have to play tight, make sure they're not getting hooked.
And particularly
So, Liam comes out first instead of Flex because they're on McCree, which kind of makes sense.
where we've talked a lot
Pure going out the
Fletch G, but
window.
really pickoffs from Buckle have been fantastic.
Yeah, their Diva goes at Buckle, but there's like Mercy, it's like 3v1 up there,
So far,
so we
that's a
almost
little
get her
bit
out of mech.
deep. Finzi, lucky not to lose the mech there.
Nice
But I am
dodge.
happy. Just a little bit of spacing, looking far on the outside, but it's difficult from the
Force Happy cool off the high ground, that's really good.
range of McCree to take down the Pharah.
There's a Supercharger for Liam. They're going to move forward with this damage, trying to
They
find an early
bongoed,
pick.
they
Finzi
beat.
looking for the zone.
Okay. Flex just dies to a Reaper.
There's a Supercharger for Liam. They're going to move forward with this.
Flex, come on, dude. Booster management. Why are you on the ground? Yeah, holding is way easier than retaking, especially against these kind of comps. Especially, like, against like Doom Reaper, it's pretty easy to retake because you just take wider angles. But against McCree, it's like you got to change up your style a little bit. They're giving up like engage, so they're giving up like frontline brawl for range damage, which means they can't engage on our tanks as easily as they could have before. So our tanks now have to go first.
This damage, trying to find an early pick. Finzi looking
Flex is just on the ground.
for the zone. Flexy already down.
And that's rare. Reaper just in the right place, right time, takes down Flex G, and this is a problem for him. They need to back out.
I really do like this swap for Finzi. He's making sure to keep the constant pressure onto Buckle, onto Flex G, prevent any of those pick. Though with Numi down, there's a lot of sustain gone for Iceland. They're going to have to play around the point, play around Futhark, and just wait for Numi to come back.
Good news for Iceland here. They've evened things out. So Ireland, more time pressure on them. They've sort of given up the early advantage that they had. Now they're moving in. Dragon Strike right down.
Yeah, so that was a nice pull Dragon. All we got to do is like focus the shields, and they have to drop. Like you see, like we're not even out yet, and they have to give us all of this space.
I really
just
do
simply
like this
because they
spot
don't
from
have
Scrivzy.
resources.
He's
Like,
making sure to keep
look
the
at their
confidence,
HP bars, look at their
constant
shields.
pressure onto Buckle, onto Flex G, prevent any of those picks. Though with Numi
I don't
down,
think they
there's
had
a
to
lot
kite this far, actually. They didn't have to give us this space like this for free.
of sustain gone for Iceland. They're gonna have to play around the point.
Do you need to play safe and slow? Yeah, so Pharah plays slow. Orisa can play way more aggressive. Hog can play behind the Orisa. Break the enemy Orisa shield, then move up and take the space. Because when you break the Orisa shield, like, if they never engage and they stay out in the open like they have been, trying to give the McCree LOS, we have way more range damage than they do. So if both teams play at range, we win. So they have to either engage or go find cover. And when they go find cover, that gives us the space to take more room. And then they have to basically retake into us. Does that make sense? So like, when they move to point here, it's basically them deciding that they need cover, and they move to the best cover available to them, which is point, because they want to stay close to the objective.
Point, play around Food Dark, and just wait for
But
them to come back.
that instantly gives us the space to move out and start doing more damage and taking wider angles, which means we can get even more damage for free.
Back.
Good news for Iceland here. They've evened things out. So Ireland, more time pressure on them. They've sort of given up.
Yeah. Yo, RC Keys, thanks for the follow. Yeah, like kiting this far back is bad, but that's like the nature of our comp is to force them to kite like that. We deliberately pressure the tanks so that they have to go find cover, you know?
The early advantage that they had. Now moving in. Dragon Strike.
That was a nice
right
pull,
down
Dragon.
the middle. Down goes the Orisa. And still Dragon's out of the fight. The path is open for Ireland. Flex G over the top. Diva in his face.
Scally gets
Just
another pick.
Firing back at the Diva. Finzi super low. Has to burn mech.
Ooh, they're
just to
committing.
get back in. And Ireland still an opportunity. Here comes Rush from the back.
That barrage probably wasn't even needed, honestly. We probably could have just killed the baby before she remacked.
Down one.
Buckle playing tight here, getting pocketed. They're playing around Irish. They're playing around Liam. They have a solid front line, and that's a nice headshot.
That was a
there
good
to
fight,
Frenzy.
though.
The fight is over. It's going to be flipped here. But Iceland have bought some great time. And some very good opening picks there as well. Once again,
Get it
Buckle
before
from Irish
85.
making sure to get what they
No.
need.
Come on, dudes.
Ireland right.
So 85 is usually the cutoff point for one more fight. So if, let's say we capped and they had 84% and we lose a fight, we most likely get a clean recontest. But now that it's 88, we don't.
Back in it, but Iceland,
Yeah, exactly.
This
This stall is really good.
turn of events for them, where they're delaying here. They're just trying to get this as close to 99% as possible. And Ireland, they're gonna have to be perfect for the next two fights or the first map. Gonna go to Iceland.
We
And
should
the
have
problem
cleaned
with
that
that
up
as well,
way
is that
faster.
Iceland have swapped to a comp that's a lot better than what they had in the previous round of Busan, and all they have to do is win one fight. They can wait for the old bank to come up. They can also Ireland are not good at dueling. They're not good at dueling to the point when you're running that Pharaoh Mercy because you're having to put so many resources into Flex G to make sure he can stay alive and get value.
And Iceland, they're just trying to rush to the point. They want to limit the amount of time that they're eating the far poke. But look at that!
That was a
Finzi
nice
just set on a
nano
ride. Pure
hog.
Irish. The
That was a really good. That was a pretty good old combo. They didn't use anything though, which is unfortunate. But it's 2 ults for a fight win, and it's pressuring them into last fight. Could have been worse.
Hog taking control of the fight, decimates the tanks of Iceland.
Yeah, that's true actually. 1 fight loss, and they get to 99. Well, no, it was technically 2, right? We lost our first attempt at a retake, and we lost that one. Because Flex G died, remember?
And now Ireland one fight away, but
What the fuck? So this is what I missed, right? So the stream ended or the team manager or whatever, the Blizzard guy, came over to me when I was about here, and he was like, "It's over." And I was like, "Did we win or did we lose?" And he was like, "You lost." I was like, "Fuck." And then I went in, and it was just like I didn't even know what happened, but I could just see like Flex and Mutes were just like pale as a ghost. You know what I mean? It was like I didn't know what happened until after the game. Like nobody told me, and I didn't want to be like, what the fuck? Like how did we lose? We had that or anything. You just gotta like go past the mistakes. But it sucks because I couldn't hear the comms, so I didn't. There's not much else you can focus on other than trying to like get the team settled or whatever. So I focused on like our ult usage from the previous round, the mecha base round. And that's it. Like, and then I focused on the positives too. Like, oh, we've got them with our Farah Hanzo. We just gotta like not overextend and don't make too many mistakes. But there's not much else. And I only had like 30 seconds in between the first map or whatever. It's stupid. So I missed like this will be literally my first time actually watching this piece So I'm gonna see Mute's feed for the first time. Alright, let's see what happens here. Have you never watched our scrims? True. So this is a good fight. Like, we've just won the fight now. We get both tanks, we get the Reaper. Oh no. Oh shit. Just went in without cover and got lasered. That was nice shots. Hello. Mutes. Mutes, why? We're up 3. Oh. You could have just gone into the corner and res like this. Oh, you tried. You just got lasered. Unlucky. Even if you had like waited just for a Scaly to heal you, and then just gone for a res and turned your head, you would have been fine. We kind of threw. Pepe hands. That's okay. Like, mistakes happen. Let's see how we try to recover from this.
You're having to put so many resources into Flex G to make sure.
Get that control. The fight decimates the tanks of Iceland. And now Ireland won the fight away. But what? Where is Happy right now?
Okay, we had to press that McCree as well. Like, why did we turn around? Like, Liam and Pure. They're literally only 3 people. They have 1 DPS, a Lucio, and a Moira. Just kill them.
Tanks of Iceland. And now
just kill that Reaper.
Now Ireland won the fight away. But what? Where is Happy right now? Is he just in the back?
Happy just gets the flank, finds Flex G and Mutes, and because Happy dies, Mutes falls to the ground, so Happy's able to get
And now they're on Lucio, so they get out way faster.
Well, that's 2 players down for Ireland.
They got last kill.
They can move in fast, and remember, when Flex G and Mutes are not there...
Oh, no. So, no angles, 3 people behind the Orisa shield. They push in with Coalescence, they eat our dragon.
There's almost no pick potential.
Happy might be leading the way. The Coalescence take.
Then they just Reaper ult our whole team.
Down buckle, and they eat the Dragon Strike. Iceland, a late surge right back in. They're about to break the back of Ireland here on map 1.
Iceland controlling the point.
We had that. We actually had that.
Can anyone touch? It's looking like the first map though.
Both
Busan
maps we lost, we just heard through.
Of Team Iceland.
Pepe hands.
Well, it used to be nice bomb Happy. That was nice McCree Happy when they needed it most.
Happy.
Mod, somebody time out this anti-GMB guy, please. He's spamming. Hey, they switched him.